Okay, the 2/21/11 promos. Well, the promo that we've seen so far that we saw recently this week on Raw. A lot of things have been buzzing around who this could be. So we said it's a Triple H. The fact that it's really dark, yeah, I don't picture that being him. I don't. I know he's coming back near Mania to feud with Sheamus, but this doesn't feel like a Triple H spot. Other people have said it could be Skip Sheffield. I don't picture Skip Sheffield getting this, huge sort of push leading into Mania. Because he left with, like, a legitimate injury. He's going to come back to feud with. Other people have said, well, the return of Diesel. Again, it's got a dark, sinister feel to it. It doesn't give off that, Kevin Nash coming back as Diesel feeling to it. Could it be Sting? If Vince could keep signing Sting under wraps for this long, that would be insane. But the match for Sting would be Sting versus Taker. I don't picture Sting showing up to the E to lose to Taker at WrestleMania. And I don't picture, Taker losing to Sting at Mania. I don't. Then it comes down to, could it be The Undertaker? They mentioned a while back that Taker had handpicked Barrett to be his opponent at WrestleMania. Taker was defeated at a Buried Alive match while being beaten by who? The Nexus. Then you're probably thinking, why would Taker come back on Raw when he come back on SmackDown? Well, Taker has to attack the new Nexus, which has members that were there for his beatdown, as well as the Core. So he might as well start first on Raw, take out people, like Husky Harris, if he's still around, David Otunga, McGillicuddy. He might as well essentially, like decimate Punk's group first. And then transition over to SmackDown to destroy the Core. So all said, what if it would be Awesome Kong, or Amazing Kong, or whatever name they're going to give her? Yeah, that'd be a huge just, pop-up, just to be like, okay, you're going to get this massive push between Chamber and Mania. But the last time they pushed a woman that hard and put the title on her really fast was Gail Kim. Gail Kim won the title like her first night out, and she went nowhere afterwards. So I'm currently putting my money on The Undertaker. Unless they rehired the guy who played Kevin Thorne, and he's coming back as, like a new dark character to rival The Undertaker, or to rival Kane. That'd be unique, but my money's currently on The Undertaker. There's also a release from the, where they're going to have that Raw that mentioned, show up on 2/21/11, the return of The Undertaker. So, currently, it's best to say it's The Undertaker. I didn't mention SmackDown, I also mentioned in the title, Booker T. Booker T has signed, and his job is SmackDown commentating, which would be great. That way, he can do, stuff on the mic, he can probably help get some younger talent over, and if need be, he can probably also wrestle a couple of matches. A handful here and there, good enough. The best thing Booker T did in TNA was when he ran to the ring with a mic in hand and did his own commentary while beating up people in the ring. So Booker T, solid on color commentary. That is not a pun, that is what he will actually be doing. So I'm looking forward to seeing Booker T on, looking forward to listening to Booker T over on SmackDown. I think it comes down to the 2/21/11, more than likely it'll probably be the return of The Undertaker. It's got that dark enough feel for it to be Taker. And they've already mentioned 2/21/11 being the return of The Undertaker. So, I picture that, Be sure to catch SmackDown on Friday nights on Sci-Fi Network, depending on where you're at, to hear Booker T work commentary.